Welcome back, Focus Learner. Let's just skip the fluff and jump right in, shall we? Today, we are breaking down this explainer on the latest annual report from Danlaw Technologies India Limited. We're going to tear down their business operations, dig into their latest financial performance, and then walk through the exact logistics you need to know for their upcoming annual general meeting.
Okay, let's dive into this. Let's start with a number that should absolutely command your attention, a 27.2% return on capital employed. I mean, in the tech and manufacturing space, a figure like that, it basically tells us we're looking at a highly efficient machine, a company that knows exactly how to squeeze maximum value out of literally every single rupee invested into its operations.
So here's our quick roadmap. First, we'll go inside Danlaw, then look at the product portfolio, do a financial performance breakdown, check out the upcoming AGM, and finally, e-voting made simple.
Right, let's hit Section 1, Inside Danlaw Technologies.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly who they are. Danlaw is absolutely not some small regional player. They're actually a global leader in connected gadgets. You know, if you've ever marveled at modern connected vehicles or the Internet of Things, well, this is the company powering so much of the hardware and software that actually makes that magic happen. Now, formally, Danlaw Technologies is an ISO 9001-2015 and IATF 1694-99 certified developer. Quite a mouthful, right? But what does that dense corporate jargon actually mean for us? Basically, it means they hold the absolute highest global quality certifications to build critical automotive electronics. They're the ones providing the engineering consulting, the deep underlying software development, and the actual physical hardware that powers today's connected car tech.
Moving right along to Section 2, the product portfolio. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how cleanly their ecosystem breaks down into 4 core offerings. First up, telematics products. These are tracking devices heavily certified for 4G data collection straight from a vehicle's engine or braking system. Second, data loggers. Think of these as super secure IoT gadgets that grab that vehicle data and zap it over via cellular or Bluetooth. Third, body control products, which monitor and control all the electronic accessories inside the car. And finally, testing products, which are these advanced PC applications used to diagnose and flash those control units. Bring it all together, and it forms a completely comprehensive ecosystem for automotive electronics.
Okay, Section 3, Financial Performance Breakdown.
You've got to notice the massive gap here. Over the past 3 years, Danlaw's sales grew at a totally respectable compound annual growth rate of 16%. But look at their profits. They surged by a staggering 47%. Think about that. Their profit is growing practically 3 times faster than their sales. That is just a beautiful textbook example of immense scalability and operating leverage. And when we look at the absolute numbers, that momentum just keeps rolling. You can clearly see sales took a massive leap, going from 218 crore to 262 crore in the current year. Operating profits climbed from 32 crore to 39 crore. But what really stands out here is that they maintained a very solid 15% flat operating margin, even while scaling up so rapidly. And down at the bottom line, net profit grew from 19 crore to a very healthy 23 crore. But look, we all know paper profits mean absolutely nothing without a rock-solid balance sheet, right? Well, they're delivering a 26.1% return on equity. Plus, the promoters are holding tightly to a 61.87% stake, which is a massive vote of internal confidence. And here's the absolute kicker. The ratio of their free cash flow to operating profits is a staggering 73%. They are generating actual usable cash. That's the ultimate safety net for any investor because it allows them to fund all this future growth without piling on dangerous debt.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 4, the upcoming AGM.
Go ahead and mark your calendars for Thursday, September 25, 2025 at exactly 10 a.m. And here's some great news. Following modern regulatory guidelines, this meeting is taking place entirely digitally via video conference. So no need to travel to some stuffy physical venue this year. You can literally attend and vote right from your couch. So what exactly is on the ballot? There are 4 key items you need to know about. First up, the ordinary business of adopting those audited financial statements we were just reviewing. Second, voting to reappoint Mrs. Sriyadevi Madadedi as a director. Then moving over to special business. The third item is ratifying the remuneration for the cost auditors, Sagar and Associates, at 1,065,000 rupees. And finally, the fourth item is appointing Mr. B.V. Saravanakumar as the secretarial auditor for a full 5-year term. Which brings us to Section 5, e-voting made simple.
So the crucial point is, you really need to memorize these 3 specific dates to successfully cast your ballot. September 19th is your absolute cutoff date. You have to hold shares by the state to even be eligible. Then, the actual remote e-voting window opens up on September 21st at 9 a.m., and it snaps firmly shut on September 24th at 5 p.m. If you miss that window, guys, the module will be completely disabled and your digital ballot is locked out. No exceptions.
Now, the company has partnered with NSDL for this process, and we can simplify all those dense login instructions into just 2 incredibly easy steps. Step 1, you access the NSDL e-voting system online using your DPID and client ID if you're in DMAT mode, or your physical folio details. Step 2, once you're logged in, just select the company even, choose your assent or dissent for those 4 items we just discussed, and hit confirm. Seriously, it really is that straightforward. But hey, if you want to bypass the whole desktop login thing entirely, you can just use your smartphone. NSDL has actually provided QR codes directly in the annual report. You just scan the code for Apple or Android, download the NSDL Speedy app, and you're good to go. It allows for a completely seamless mobile voting experience. It basically brings shareholder democracy right into your pocket.
So we've analyzed their incredible 27.2% ROCE, we've explored their hardware ecosystem, and we've prepped for the digital AGM. Danlaw Technologies is clearly, absolutely capitalizing on the rapidly expanding connected car ecosystem. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Armed with this much incredible free cash flow, what new technological avenues will Danlaw disrupt next? Thanks so much for exploring this explainer with me today, and as always, keep learning.